Hi, this is Ed Janka, Director of Nike Championship Basketball Clinics. Our speaker will be Roy Williams from the University of North Carolina. His topic will be individual and team defensive drills.
The talk they wanted me to talk about was individual and team defensive drills. And let's talk a little bit of philosophy and then we'll get into that. One time I did a clinic a long time ago and a guy came up to me at the end and said, "Coach, you were great." And I said, "I don't know." And he says, "No, look." And he showed me all these pages of notes that he took while I was talking. And he says, "And look here." And he showed me another page of the coach, and I'm not going to say who it was, that talked right in front of me, and there was nothing there. And he said he just told jokes all the time. And I said, "Well, you had to enjoy the jokes. I would have written down the jokes," is what I would have done. All right, but individual and team defense. I want you to think about the philosophy a little bit. For us, we like to pressure people. You know, we like to play half-court pressure defense. We like to deny passes, one pass away tough. We like to put pressure on the ball. But the way the game has changed so much over the years, the one thing that's changed basketball from a defensive standpoint more than anything is in the old days, Alan and some of us understand it, we used to have to dribble with the ball hand on the top of the ball. All right, nowadays the dribblers are so effective and can do so much with the basketball. Guarding the basketball is by far the most difficult thing going on. So we work extremely hard, and we're going to work even harder next year. All right, we got hurt a great deal. We've got Wisconsin 7 points down with 7 minutes to play, but we couldn't stop them driving to the basket. Notre Dame, we had Notre Dame down in the finals of the ACC tournament, and they had Jermaine Grant and I forget the other youngster's name, Jackson, I think, who's really, really good. We couldn't stop them from getting into the lane. So guarding the basketball is by far the most difficult thing going on the defensive end of the floor right now. And now, not only do that, guys, Tyus Jones dribbles in there, penetrates and jumps into you, and then all of a sudden the foul's on you. And so it is very difficult to do, and it's something that we've worked very hard on. We're going to continue to work hard, and we're going to try some new things. I was at a practice a couple of weeks, well, probably last month, and I heard a high school coach talking, and he's doing some individual drills. Give me two of you guys, one white, one red. All right, that's good. Thank you. What's your name? Corey?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Stanley.
Stanley? Corey and Stanley. All right, Corey, you be on offense. Stanley, you be on defense, okay? All right, now then, one thing when I was 100 years ago, to play pretend you're at the top of the key. You know, my high school coach was great. He's the most influential person to me in my life growing up. My mother was the angel, but my high school coach was the most important to me, all right? One of the things that we talked about, and I went to a little camp, Red Myers from Erskine College in South Carolina, an old coach. It was great defensively, okay? All right, and he talked a little bit about if you were in a fight, how would you stand? You know, and you're gonna stand right-handed, left-handed, but you're gonna have one foot in front of the other. And his philosophy at that time, he said something about the quickness part of it, okay? And so my high school coach, we got in a staggered stance, okay? If Stanley was right here, Corey had the ball. Can somebody roll the ball down here, please? Attaboy, thank you. All right, so if Stanley right here is guarding Corey, a little bit of a staggered stance, all right? Because that's, you know, supposedly the way he was the quickest, all right? When I first, that's nice getting a stance too. When I first got to Kansas, I got Charlie Spoonire and Mo Iba, and I asked them to come in, and I wanted to talk about guarding the basketball. And they talked to me about, because I said, guys, what would be wrong, now square your stance up, with just getting a square stance, all right? And we talked a great deal about it, and I mean, it's something silly, but when you're eating up with basketball like I am and was and always will be, you want to know as much as you can. And Mo talked about that if you're in a square stance, okay, that guy's not going to try to drive at that knee. He's not going to try to drive at that knee. If you're in a staggered stance, they're either going to attack your front foot, okay, trying to make you switch, or they'll attack the back foot because you give them a lean. All right, so we talked a great deal about a square stance. All right, and I started telling my guys all the time, if you can get in a square stance in the middle of the court, do that. I tell my guys, if you can get in the middle of the floor defensively, if you can get in a square stance, get in a square stance. Because if he's in a square stance, and particularly he gets his hands out like that, they're not going to drive you right there. They're going to try to drive outside of you. So you've made him make a banana cut. And that's what we want to work on really, really hard, is not allowing them to drive straight down the middle of the court. All right, now, Corey, come over here on the side. All right, now here it's a whole different thing, okay? If Stanley's guarding the ball and we get the ball on the sideline, we don't want him between ball and basket. We want him to keep the guy on the sideline. All right, and that is a square stance over here. All right, and the same thing, what I tell Stanley's got to guard your yard. You got 1 yard right here, and you have 1 yard right here. Don't let the man guard drive into your yard, okay? Now you're making him make a banana cut, a banana drive again, all right? And so for us over here, we really do. Now if it's in the corner, the sideline position is directly between him and the basket, okay? So it's the same. I don't want the guy getting up higher and let him make a straight drive to the basket. But in the corner, he is ball, him, and in the basket. Middle of the court, you're straight up on him. You're trying to stay between him and the basket. But then again, come up here, we really try hard. I don't want the ball being driven to the middle of the court, all right? First of all, I don't want it a straight drive. I want to make it a banana drive. But I do not want it a straight drive, and I desperately don't want the ball taken in the middle of the court. If he drives straight in the middle, I'm mad at him. We give him a defensive mistake when we're grading the tape, okay? Now, that's my philosophy. I don't want the ball in the middle of the court, because on offense, if I've got the ball on offense coming down on the break or just being here, I like the ball in the middle of the court. So if I like the ball in the middle of the court on offense, that I can go either side, it seems to me I should not want the other team to have the ball there. So that's, again, a little bit of philosophy. But what I started to tell you when I was at the practice with the high school coach, he's working on one-on-one on defense, and he said, the wider you are, the less likely he is to drive you. And it sort of fell in line again with the square stance that I like in the middle of the court. But he said, the wider you can be, the wider defensive player that the offensive player sees, the less likely he is to drive you. And again, you know, if I'm in that old staggered stance that I was taught and loved and the whole bit, because my coach told me to push off that foot and slide and all that, all right, I'm inviting him to drive down the middle, or I'm inviting him to drive my front foot, and now I've got to swing and slide with him, okay? So think of that idea right there. Is for us, we really do try to work extremely hard guarding the ball. And I think that's the single most difficult thing there is defensively. So we do a lot of things to try to help our guys with their lateral quickness. I told I told our strength and conditioning coach last week. I've already met with every individual player, and I've given them, freshmen get 3 things, sophomore and juniors, they get 4 things that they've got to really work on in the off season to be better at next year. We sit down, I give them what each assistant coach wanted them to improve on. I make the assistant coaches independently write out what every player needs to improve on. I write it out, and then I make the player tell me what he thinks. And then I give him 3 or 4 days, give him all that information. He comes back and he tells me what 3 things he's going to emphasize the most. All right, so again, the freshmen, we give them 3 things. Sophomores, juniors, we give them 4 or 5, depending on how many they can handle. But everybody is told, you've got to work on your lateral quickness. I talked to our strength and conditioning coach and told him over the summer, I want him to do so many things that are strictly basketball oriented. 1, lateral quickness, and of course, always explosiveness. Kennedy Meeks from Charlotte, North Carolina's got to get much more explosive. Okay, so for us, the strength conditioning coach has got to be able to do those kind of things. Guys, give me 6 more guys. First 6 out. Attaboy, that's 4, that's 5. 1 more, that's good. And you're split up pretty good. Okay. All right, now then, one of the things that we do, and we're not going to make you go 30 seconds, okay? All right, give me 4 guys lined up on the lane over there in the same color, either white or red. Red. All right, everybody else back here behind me. All right, now then, this very simple, face out this way and spread out. These guys are going to do quick slides. You can come all the way up here. All right, and they're in the line back there. In the line back there. I'm sorry. There you go. All right, so we go 30 seconds, just quick slides. All right, they have to get down in a defensive stance, and their feet has to touch outside the lane. Then they come back and their foot has to touch outside the lane right there. All right, so 10 seconds, go, quick. Attaboy, outside, get outside the lane. Just 1 foot outside the lane, 1 foot outside the lane. There you go. All right, time. All right, so they do that, you guys come in. So they go 30 seconds, we got 2 groups down there, 2 groups here. Again, try to keep your head up. All right, you can move up, the top guy move up a little bit above the lane. There you go. All right, and you just have to get a foot outside the lane. Quick slides, we put 30 seconds on the clock. All right, go. Good, get 1 foot outside the lane. Keep your head up, look straight ahead, look straight ahead. Rear end down, back straight, good, good. I didn't want you, that's good. I don't want you to go because I know you guys have been sitting. All right, so we do quick slides. Okay, now, come down here. Red first. All right, now the first guy's got to get down here and he's got to do zigzag. So he's going to do a defensive slide to the elbow and then a defensive slide to what used to be the old 28-foot line and then a defensive slide to the middle and then he jogs down to the other end of the court, okay? We do it full court. We'll just make you guys do half court and then go across. So quick slide to the elbow, good. Reverse go that way, all right, good. Now go to the middle of the court, good. Next man go, next man go. All right. Move over to that side. There you go. There you go. Next man go. All right. Next man go. All right. So we got guys that started down there. They're doing it too. All right. Now hold off. All right. And what we're trying to do is when they're doing the quick slides, when you're going to the elbow, you've got to get that shoulder turn because you're stopping the guy. You're not just sliding to here. You're trying to stop the dribble. Okay. Now we'll add this one. You run. You got behind. You ran, and now turn your shoulder this way, okay? And then the step slide to that one right there. So the first one's a step slide. This one's a run till you get over there and throw your outside shoulder, okay? Come this way. All right, turn, turn, turn that way. Good, stop it. Now run over there and now turn to your left shoulder. Good, now slide, good, same thing, same thing. Right shoulder, good. Stop him, slide over, run over there. Left shoulder turn, good, good. All right. Get him stopped, run over there, stop him. Good, good, good. Come on. Attaboy. And then stop. And again, some guys, and you'll see it right there, and these guys may have done all these, but when I'm running and I get to this spot, I want to turn. My objective is to stop the dribbler, okay? And the same thing when I'm sliding over there. Now reverse it. You guys do the first slide, and your second one is the run, okay? All right, go from right there. You stop the dribbler, stop the dribbler. Good. Run over there, throw your left shoulder up. All right, good, go ahead. Slide, run over there, throw your left shoulder up. All right, you gotta get him stopped though. You let him dribble on. You gotta stop the man, you gotta stop him. Good, that's good, run, good. Probably turn that left shoulder in even more. That's very good though. Turn left shoulder, there you go. Next man go. No, you're gonna do the first, just three-step slides. Stay down, stay down, stay down. Good, good, good. Keep going, keep going. Good, 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 good. All right, so for us, we put 2 minutes up on the clock. We start half the team right there, half the team down there. These guys go step, slide all the way down, and they go over. Those guys go all the way down, and they walk over. And we can do this for 2 minutes. Again, we're trying to work and do everything we can, trying to get better at guarding the basketball and sliding our feet. All right, come right here. One of you stand right here and pretend you have a blocking dummy, okay? Come right here, second guy, right here, all right? Now then, I don't want you guys to hit these guys, okay? Stanley, Corey, you stand over to Stanley. Where's Stanley? Come here. Grab that basketball, Corey. All right, give the ball to Stanley right there. Corey, you get over there to the side. Now, this is called minefield, M-I-N-E, field. You know, if you're running through a minefield, you want to dodge the mines. All right, that's what you have to do in your guarding. You've got to dodge screens. What's your name? CD? DD? Family just like one letter? Okay. All right, Dee right here. The ball's right there. All right, now time it a little bit because Dee's going to go. He's chasing me. All right, and here's the screen. All right, so he's got to get around that screen. All right, he's still chasing me. He's got to get around that screen right here. All right, so he's chasing a guy, but we're going to deny this pass right here. All right, so you're going to start on that block, and you're running through a minefield. And again, we have our manager here, and they have pads. If you don't like one player, he's pissing you off during practice, put him there without a pad. All right, you'll get him. All right, so you're going to run right here, get around that screen. You're going to run right here, get around that screen, and you're going to deny this pass. All right, you do not keep going and miss it. All right, so this guy's got to make a decision. He's got to deny the pass. That's his first objective. His second objective is to close out and be able to guard him. I don't want him running past it and all that kind of stuff, okay? All right, get over there and let's see what you got. All right, you got to go hard now. All right, go. Get there, get ready. Stanley, throw it. Good. All right, so now Stanley, how about giving us a couple other balls? 2 more balls, please, if you have them. All right, now then, what I want to do is everybody do that right there, okay? Dee did it first, and that's pretty good. So Dee, now you're making a decision. Stanley, what you're doing right here, all right, if you can make that pass, you're trying to time it, see if you can get it past him, sometimes throw a little soon. He's got to make a decision. Can I steal this pass, or do I have to close out and be able to guard him? And everybody else get ready to go. All right, Dee, you go first. Hard. Good. All right, you got to close that. All right, now right here. Go, throw the ball back. Next man, I'm ready. Dee, get out. Good. All right, got to close out. Good. Next, throw it back right here. Next man. Get there. All right, got to get it. All right, good. See if you make one guy deny it. Come on. Get through there. All right, you'd been better off with your left arm. Okay, deny with the closest hand. That's good. That a way to make a decision. Okay, next guy, let's go. All right, got to be able to close. Good. Throw it back here. Good. Keep going. Get through there. See what you got. Good. That was good. All right, now then for us, what we would do is we go through everybody. We have 2 coaches here. So the coaches are trying to make decisions on if a guy's continually overrunning, they'll try to pass it a little quicker and see if he'll overrun, because we're working to not overrun, okay? And then the 2 managers with the pads, we'd slide them over here to this side. And we're just trying to get used to trying to get around and get through screens, and don't act like Velcro and run against the screen and stop. All right, now then, since Stanley and Corey did so well on that one right there, now we're going to give them another one. All right, the red shirts line up on this line. White shirts line up on this line. What color shirt you got? Okay, that's all right. I just thought it's early in the morning. It's good. Spread out a little bit. All right, what's your name? Kivante? Your parents didn't like something simple like Dee? Okay, Kivante, okay. All right, now then, pretend there's a guy in the corner and you're guarding him. The ball's right here. We want you to deny. Okay, so pretend you're guarding me in the corner. I have a manager standing right here. Okay, so come on out about 6-8 feet. Right hand in the passing lane. You're guarding me. Okay, all right, you're denying. Okay, you guys are in the middle of the lane. You're in the help position. All right, this is deny, help. All right, throw it over to Corey. Sprint off here. Now these guys are running to the help spot. Now then, Dee, Kivante, Travis, Will. See, that's nice. Tell your parents I like that. All right. Dee, Kivante, Travis, and Will, you sprinted off. You were in this position, okay? And then when you saw that pass go, you went like this, boom, and ran in to the midline, to the help spot, and got like this, okay? You guys here, you were in the midline in the help position. You see that pass. We got another manager standing there. You're guarding him. You're sprinting out to the deny position, okay? So what we're going to do, so when you throw it back over, all right, sprint out. Now you're denying. Good. All right, now throw it back. Sprint out. You're denying. You guys are in the help, okay? And it is. Stay right there. All right, for these guys right here, my manager, you get all kinds of jobs, right? All right, what he's doing over here too is he's moving around. He's walking back here. He's moving, so they've got to work to see both man and ball. All right, and then when Corey passes it back to Stanley, the other manager over there is doing the same thing. He's moving around, so these guys have to see man and ball. Okay, so this is pretty simple. We call it deny, help, deny. I'm not very original, okay? All right, now then, Stanley moved down just a little bit right there. Corey moved down just a little bit. I'd say foul line extended there. All right, now everybody's good. You four guys are guarding Corey. You four guys are guarding Stanley, okay? So let me have the ball right here. This is the way we started, all right? I throw the ball over there. You close out, all right? So you're sprinting from this spot to a closeout. You get down and chop your steps, get 2 hands up in the air, and keep at least 1 hand up in the air if the ball is up. Okay, you guys are in the helps position. All right, Stanley throws it all the way across court to Corey. Sprint out, close out. Good, just like that. You guys are in the help, and the same thing. You guys now are watching Stanley. You got to see Stanley. Throw it back over. Close out to help. Good, good, good. All right, throw it back across. All right. Close out to help, help to close out, okay? And so we do this, and we do this for 30 seconds. We put it on the clock, and they're throwing it back and forth. Later on in the season, Corey's got the ball above his head. If he drops the ball, everybody's got to get off and give it room because now the guy's getting ready to drive, okay? So again, what we're trying to do, first thing we're trying to do is guard the ball. Keep him in the middle of the court, keep him out of the middle of the court, excuse me. If it's on the sideline, we have sideline position. If it's in the middle of the court, we try to get a square stance. Our whole objective defensively, first of all, I should have said this. Reason we play 22, which is our basic man-to-man half-court pressure defense, you have to tell your kids what your objective is. Our objective is we want to steal the ball. That's our objective, steal the ball. Our second objective is to give them 1 bad shot. Now, I used to say 100 years ago, I'd say we want to give them an outside shot over our hands. Now to say 1 bad shot, okay? We want to give them 1 bad shot, and that means we finish the defense by boxing out. So what we're trying to do now is build on what we want as our pressure defense. The third thing we want a defensive team to do is to take them out of their offense. We don't want them to run what they do in practice every day, so we try to take them out, and we try to do it by denying passes and things like that. Some teams we've had were pretty doggone good defensively. This year's team, the other teams didn't shoot a great percentage against us, but we didn't force nearly as many turnovers as we would like to force, okay? And we fouled too much. 351 teams in the country. There were 11 teams in the country that fouled more than North Carolina. We were 340th out of 351 teams in number of fouls committed. So this offseason, we've got a thing with our big guys, telling our big guys now they cannot make any fouls below their waist. If big guys make any fouls below the waist, it's all those silly reach in and stuff like that. So what if they make a foul below their waist next year, I'm just going to take them out. And that's really the best way to teach them, okay, because they'll try to stay in there. But think of that. We had a pretty good year. All right, we had the Sagarin rating of the RPI said we had the most difficult schedule in the entire country. The tournament committee that chose the teams for the entire NCAA tournament said we had the second most difficult schedule in the entire country. But we lost 12 games too. We were 26-12. But you just think about that. There were only 11 teams in the country that committed more fouls than North Carolina. Now, as part of that's because we play at a fast tempo, so we're going to have more possessions. But still, that's an excuse, okay? We've got to stop fouling. So we work very hard to play without fouling. Guard the ball, the more body you show him, the less likely he is to drive. I like that, okay? Try to keep the ball from penetrating straight down the middle. It's got to drive like a banana. On the sideline, try to keep the ball on the sideline when you're guarding the ball. All right, now then you get into a little bit more of a two-man. You're on the ball, you're pressuring. You're 1 pass away, you're denying. You're more than 1 pass away, you're helping. Stanley, come up here. Take a ball. No, Corey's already got it. All right, now then, Dee Dee, you go over there. No, excuse me. I tell you what. Stanley and Corey, you drop out. I got 4. Give me 4 whites on offense. 2 guards, 2 forwards. 2 guards, 2 forwards. Attaboy. Now 4 guys on defense, Dede, Cavante, Travis, Will, get a guy. All right, take a ball right there. Throw the other one over there to Stanley. There you go. All right, now we do 4-on-4 defense, 4-on-4 shell. We do it every day, okay? Dede is guarding the ball, okay? If the ball is up, you must have at least one hand up, okay? If the ball's down, you don't have to have a hand up because you think he might be driving you. All right, Will is 1 pass away, so he's 1 pass away, deny. I know that Coach Knight spoke here. I went to a high school clinic. I went to a coach's clinic when I was a high school coach, and in those days, the ball handler, the dribbler wasn't quite as difficult as a guard as it is right now. I remember hearing Coach Knight say that what Will should do is put his ear, what's your name? Kyle? Yeah. On Kyle's chest, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Just let me show you. All right, so he's the receiver. All right, I put my ear, I'm out this far, I put my ear right on his chest. And that was 30 years ago. All right, we don't teach that. What I teach now is to put his wrist, his hand in the passing lane. I don't want any more. All right, if he goes back door, we want to try to go with him and make sure it's a perfect pass. But I feel like if I get him all the way out there to put his ear hole in Kyle's chest, then it opens up the back door too much. And if he's that far out, he's not going to throw it to him anyway. Remember, my objective is to steal the ball. I want to make him think that he can throw it, so then Will can get his hand in the passing lane and go down and steal it. All right, so you're on the ball. You're 1 pass away, you're denied. You're more than 1 pass away, Cavante. Is it with a K? All right, so Cavante's got to have at least 1 foot in the lane. All right? Travis is deny also. 1 hand in the passing lane is all. Okay, now, we're talking. All right? So if you're on the ball, you know what you're saying? Ball, ball, ball. If you're deny, you know what you're saying? Deny, deny, deny. If you're the help, you're saying help, help, help. All right, so pass it here. All right, now everybody's role change. All right, Dede must retreat in the direction of the pass and then assume deny position. So when I'm saying I was on the ball right here, he passed it. My first mark is retreat, means go back a little bit, and then get here. So you don't get beat on the front cut, we retreat in the direction of the pass. All right, now ball, ball, ball. All right, good, and 1 hand up. If the ball's up, you must have at least 1 hand up if the ball's up. Don't allow the guy to look past you. Jerry Green, that was a great coach, it was my assistant for a long time. He used to always say, make the guy occupy his eyes. If you're guarding the ball, occupy his eyes. Don't allow him to just look past you and not be concerned about you. So if Will was guarding Kyle here, it's your job. If he's got it up, put the ball. You've got to make jab at it. You've got to occupy his eyes and make him be concerned about you. If he drops it down, got to give him a little room, but still bother him. Don't allow him to be standing there dribbling, just looking past you. All right? Cavante's saying deny, deny, deny. Now Travis is saying help. Dede's saying deny, deny, deny. All right, throw it here. All right, now retreat first so you don't get beat on the front cut, and then establish that. The other thing is, the reason we like to retreat first is so if we have to choose between deny or help, we'll always try to help. And that's a difficult question nowadays with the three-point shot is such an important part of the game, okay? We get into personnel then, whether we bluff early and stay or we really go into support. So retreat in the direction of the pass and then deny. All right, so everybody understands what we're doing. All right, White, I want you to just pass the ball around the horn. Stay in your spots, but I want to hear Red talk, and you're saying ball, deny, or help, okay? All right, throw it here. Let's go. Move it around. Call. Ball. Move it around. Move it around. Good, 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 good. Get off, get off, get off. Good, Travis. Get off, get off, get off. Good, 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 good. Good, good. That's pretty good, guys. Time. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm trying to be careful because I know you haven't done that much and you've been sitting down, but that's not bad. All right, for us, there's only 3 places you can be. You're either on the ball, or you're more than one, you're on the ball, or you're 1 pass away, or you're more than 1 pass away. So that's the reason we're talking like that. All right, now then, give the ball here. What's your name? Matt. Matt? All right, if Matt's got the ball right here, remember we say that you do not let him drive to the middle. So Cavante's job, it's not bad, a little bit higher. Just pretend the boards on the floor, the little small boards, pretend they ran this way. All right, Matt? All right, if Matt's right foot is on board 21, Cavante's left foot should be on board 21. If Matt's left foot is on board 17, Cavante's right foot is on 17, because that's our sideline position. Now, we do what I just showed you, ball deny help. We do that every day. We do this every day. It's baseline drive, all right? So for the purposes of the drill, all right, you will allow him to start beating you. We don't do that in the game, all right? We just say we don't want him to go here. Have confidence in your teammates that if he goes baseline drive. So if he goes baseline drive, Travis has got to get him outside the lane. You've got to keep coming. If he splits, that is your fault. If he dribbles outside him, that's Travis's fault. So we go here. All right, good, Dede, well coached. Dede helps the helper. All right, Will's got to get back and take the diagonal. It's what we call take the trash. Okay? All right, now then, just turn around and throw it back. All right, go back, get your man, go back and get your man, go back out, Matt. All right, throw it over there. Ball, deny, deny. Throw it. What's your name there, son? Cornell, like the university? Okay, throw it to Cornell. All right, Travis has got him, baseline drive. Come on. Cavante's got to get across. Will's got to get all the way back. And Will's move, you know, and he's doing fine. We don't want our guys doing this, okay? That ball's over there. You're right here anyway, and at baseline drive starts, you turn and sprint to get back here to cut off, because you're helping the helper. Now Dede's got the trash, okay? All right. Throw it back out. Throw it back over here to Kyle. All right, throw it to Matt. All right, baseline drive. Travis come across. Dede, remember Dede, I know it's just a drill. You got to sprint all the way back there. Good. All right, throw it back here. All right, come out, Dede. Throw it over there. Good, throw it over there. Drive Cornell. Baseline drive. Good. Get it out. Time, Kyle, time. All right, now then, that's good. All right, now then, Kyle's going to clear. Okay, he's going to clear Matt, which is just that. All right, come on, dribble this way. All right, Cavante, all the way to the corner. Okay, you're staying with him. All right, now Cavante, remember the ball was right there. He was denying. All right, if Matt clears, I'm not going to tell you that he goes like this and then gets here, puts his foot on the floor and does a nice, pretty little spin. I don't care how he gets there. But when he gets here, he's got to open up and stay and see what's coming. He doesn't just clear out with him. When your foot hits the lane, you open up and see what's coming. And now, if he throws it back out, now you start going back out again. Okay? Throw it to Cornell. Cornell throws it to Matt. Baseline drive if you want to. Come across the lane, back Dede. Throw it out here. Throw it there. All right. Ho. Clear Kyle. Clear it. That's good. Wave him clear. Good. Go with him, Will. Open up. Good. Throw it here. All right, throw it there. Time. I've made you feel bad. You're the last guy I've asked. What's your name? Devin? Okay. All right, so they can put in. Sometimes I made us yell baseline drive. Sometimes we make everyone a baseline drive. Sometimes the second time it gets to this spot right here, he clears the guy. Okay? So you can make that any way you want to, but now what we've tried to do is we've tried to understand the guy clearing out, you hit the lane, you open up, you see what's coming. Baseline drive, you come across, get him outside the lane, you get back and help the helper, you take the diagonal, okay? Now then, let's say that we don't want Stanley and Corey to get hurt, to get out of whack, so put the ball down there. Stanley, come on here. All right, now we want to make it 5-on-5. We can put a guy in the post, or the way we have to play nowadays, our big guys have to be able to get out on the court. All right, so you guys just stand under the basket. All right, now then, give the ball to Cornell. Cornell, clear Devin. All right, now then, Dede, go with him. Boom. All right, now, going down just a little bit more. Now, you two guys come in the game. So, all right, you're saying, Dede, I got him. All right, you stay out. All right. Stanley's going over there. Go out. All right. And Devin's out. So in other words, when they clear, we have a coach right here. Coach saying, okay, go. So you step in, and so we get 5 on 5. All right, now let's try to do all of those things. I'll try to help you. Move it around. Ball deny help, ball deny help. If I say baseline drive, take baseline drive. Okay, move it around. Ball deny help. Good. Move it. Clear him when he comes back. Clear him. Clear him. Attaboy. All right, come in, Cornell and Stanley. Come on. Go ahead. Baseline drive. Good. Get back, DD. All right, get up. Good. Ball deny help. Baseline drive. Get back, DD. Good. Throw it up. Pick up. Clear him, Kyle. Clear him. Be ready to go in, Travis. Be ready to go in. Good. Baseline drive. Time. All right, now then. Come back here. All right, who cleared? All right, then Travis, you got to come in the middle of the court. The ball's over here. So now if he starts baseline drive, you got to come. Stanley, Corey, make up your mind. Which name you want to be called? Corey? All right, sprint back there. All right, throw it back here. All right, I'm just trying to get all 5 guys because I didn't want you and Stanley standing over there and feeling like a lonely child over there. All right, let's go. Move it around. Ball deny help. Good. Baseline drive, Cornell. Baseline drive. Back. Stanley, come on, Stanley. Come on, Corey. Good. Clear him here, Devin. Clear him. Be ready. Come on, Cavante. Come on, Cavante. Good. Throw it here. Good. Get the ball over there. Yes, DD. He just dunked on you and your girlfriend saw it, posterized you. All right, middle of the lane. All the way in the middle. When the ball's in the corner and your man's, Devin, go down a little bit. When the ball's in the corner and your guy's in the corner, you must start underneath the basket, okay? So if he starts a baseline drive, DD gets over, Corey's got to get all the way back and help the helper. All right, now throw it back out. Stay out there, Stanley. All right, throw it there. Stanley, you get it. You can clear him or you can throw it to him. All right, clear him. DD hit the lane. All right, now you two, come on. We're ready. All right, good. Move it. Get out. Good. All right, help. Good. Baseline drive. Back, Cavante. Good, get it up. Get back out, son. Good, clearing. Good. Be ready, DD. Be ready, Devin. Good, Devin. DD's on defense, attaboy. Good. Get across all the way back. Build out. Whoa. There's no need to switch men. I love switching. I don't ever do it because I think it promotes people being lazy. But you know what? I may do more of it next year because we're more experienced and we'll try to get it. Get the ball. Matt, did you have it over here? Get the ball with Matt. Everybody get the man you were guarding. All right, he drives. DD's got to get across the lane. Corey's got to get all the way back. Now throw it back out. It is Cavante. No. Who are you guarding? Were you guarding Matt? Okay. All right, you're going to get back here. Corey, you got to get back to your man. All right? We don't just switch because we're lazy. You switch because your teammate gets cracked. Okay? All right, everybody understand what we're doing? All right. So now we've gone into 5 on 5, what we're trying to do defensively. All right, now then, let's bring it out and let's play. White's ball. Who's going to play the point guard on White's? You have a point guard? All right, Devin is. I have no idea what the time is or how long I'm supposed to talk, so somebody tell me, okay?
Got all day, Coach.
Got all day? No, North Carolina plays North Carolina State in baseball at 2 o'clock today. I'm going to be in Chapel Hill by that time. Somebody else said something? All right, now then, this is the best. If you take one thing from the clinic today, take this right here. All right, Devin, back up. When we're working offense or defense, this guy's got to get past the circle back here. All right, DD has got to have his feet on the center line. We're trying to pick up right there. Now this, and you may have heard this before, I've told this to a couple of clinics. I'm sure some of you, 1 or 2 of you have been to a clinic that I've done. Stop, score, stop. At the end of the game, if you get 1 stop and then you score and you get 1 more stop, you win a lot of basketball games. Whether it's the 2-minute mark, the 4-minute mark when you've got an 8-point lead or whatever it is. We talk all the time about we got to get a stop. And then Kevin Stallings, who's the coach at Vanderbilt, was my assistant at Kansas, told me about this, and we do this all the time now. Stop, score, stop. So you're putting pressure on the guys. We got to have a stop. We have to have a stop, which means, come on in, we're going 5-on-5, which means they get one bad shot or they turn it over. But they don't get a good shot. They get one bad shot, and when I say one, we have to talk about finishing the defense. You finish the defense by boxing out. We were first in the ACC in rebound margin. We were like third in the country in offensive rebounds, and we stunk defensive rebounding, all right? And there's no reason to do that. I talked to Bryce Johnson's dad sitting over here. I talked to Bryce. I said, Bryce, what if during the game that if we had a guy that didn't box out and we ran a 55 for every time when we grade the tape, the next day we ran a 55. A 55 for us is starting down there, you go down and back is 2, down and back is 4, down and back is 6, down and back is 8, down and back is 10. 10 crossings in 55 seconds. And he said, well, that would probably make us box out better. And I said, well, I'm going to tell your teammates that you suggested that. He said, oh, no, don't do that, don't do that. All right, but we grade the tape, and if we play Duke and we have 17 bad box outs or no box outs, then that means the next day we're going to run 17 55s. The guys would think they're on track scholarship first, okay? But that would kill it. But we've got to do a better job, so we talk now about finishing the defense by getting a box out. I emphasize they get one bad shot, okay? So the red, you guys get one bad shot or get them to turn it over. And then you go down, and now we're playing great shot offense. If you take a sorry shot, then you're telling your teammates you don't care about winning. All right, so when you go down, you're going to get a great shot, and then you come back, and now you need one more stop, and the game's over with. If you do this, you're going to win the game. Okay, so stop, score, stop. Now, these guys aren't very loose, to say the least, so I hope you'll be all right. All right, so what we're doing, whites, you're trying to score. Just freelance, do anything you want to do, okay? I would do that, but I can't really grab it, okay? All right, and then reds, if you get the ball, you're going down and you're trying to score. And then you're coming back and you get one bad shot and you win the game. So the way we do it now, if white scores on red, now they're in control. So they're working on their end to get a stop, score, stop. All right, so red, you have a chance to win right now. And the losing guys are going to run 55. You guys know what 55, I said that's 10 crossings. Come on, Dee. All right, come on, red, let's see what you got. Let's go. All right, be ready, be ready, be ready. Hand up, box. All right, you got, come on. You got to get a good shot. Great shot offense, great shot. Work, good screen, Cavante. Move, Dee, don't stand there. Go. Corey, I would shoot you right now. All right, get up. All right, you got to stop, but you got to get a score. Right here he is, good. Come on, who's running with him? Good. Good, you're all right, good. All right, now you get a stop, you win the game right now. You get a stop. Get a stop, come on, get up here, Corey. Corey, you guarding him? Get out there. Help, Dee, help. Get out there, come on, help this. Get up, Dee. Get up, Will, good. Come on, Corey, cross. Hey, Travis, attaboy. All right, Travis, 5 red shirts together, 4 guys are picking him up. That's fantastic, son. All right, now then, don't switch unless your teammate gets cracked. That means the switching is the easy way out, okay? But if your teammate gets cracked. Now, let's talk about a couple things that happen right there. You may have heard, I would have shot Corey. All right, he got to stop, and he goes down there, and he drives the baseline, jumps up in the air, and doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and turns it over. All right, so I would have shot him. I tell my players there's a reason they don't give coaches guns, okay? And I know in today's world that's not nice and everything, but they understand, all right? And then you came down and you got a good stop, and then you came down, Will hit a big shot there, so they win the game. They got stop, score, stop. All right, there was a baseline drive. Travis got all the way over, and yes, I might have cheated. I don't know if it's a charge or not, but we always give that to the defense. All right, now then, all right, whites are going to say, why'd I have to run a 55? You realize how much kind of money they pay me to come down and do this? So you guys get to that. I would make the team run a 55. But before we do that, whites are going to say, well, Coach, we didn't have a chance to win. All right, so whites are on defense, reds on offense. All right, so remember what reds won after not scoring one time. So if white, hold up guys, excuse me. Thank you. Coach Smith 100 years ago said, you know, when I talk, you don't talk. Because when you talk, I'm going to listen to you. Okay, so thank you. All right, now then, whites, you have a chance to win completely. Because if you get a stop and score and stop, you win. Because remember, they got the stop, but they didn't score the first time down. So whites has a chance to win. Okay? All right. Back up here. All right, Kyle. All right, whites, they look like they got some tricky plays around. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, whites, come on. Good. Get out there good, Matt. Help that. Straight up, Devin, straight up. Oh, Didi, okay, now Didi, red's in charge. Good. All right, talk. Good, straight up. Got it. Good. Red's got to stop. Now you need to score. Oh, Corey, I'd shoot you again. All right, good. You got to stop. All right, get a stop right here. Get a stop right here. Good, get up, Corey. Good. All right, you got to stop and see if you can score. Oh my gosh, Will, don't scare me like that. All right, come on, Travis, what do you got, son? Oh, good, Corey, I like you better now. All right, now you got to get a stop. You got to stop, you got to score, and you get a stop, and you'd qualify. All right, got to have a stop. Come on, Red. Somebody, make sure 5 guys guarding 5 guys. Good. Oh, man, good job. Time, attaboy, Cavante. Give these guys a hand. That's pretty doggone good. Good job, guys. All right, you guys just have a knee or sit down right here for a second, okay? All right, let's talk about what happened. All right, so go ahead and sit down. Sit down or kneel down, but I want you to rest a second. All right, Reds on defense here, they would have lost, okay, because they gave up a score the very first time. All right, so again, it's stop, score, stop. If they hadn't, then you could keep going until somebody gets those 3 in a row, stop, score, stop. Now then, talking to another things, I told Corey I would have shot him twice, but you made a really nice pass down here. Really nice pass that you got in there. Everybody understand what we're saying? You have to have some pride in what you're doing defensively. And we end up all practices either end with stop, score, stop, or I put 86-80 up on the clock. We're up 6 with 3 minutes to play, and we do it sort of the same kind of thing, as we just don't call it stop, score, stop. Or I'll put up 80-86. We're down 6 with 3 minutes to play, and that's what we do at the end of practice every day. So for us, when we're working on defense, we really try to change ends every time. I like to go up and down the court. So for us, when we're working on anything half court, we still change ends because I like to get our guys running up and down the court. I like a fast tempo. This year we didn't score nearly as much as I wanted us to score, and I think we were first or second in the ACC in scoring, and we were 15th in the country or something like that. And you know, in the old days, you'd say you're first or second in the ACC. You know, there was 8 teams. That was good. But now when you say you're first and second, and there are 15 teams, that's really good. All right. But for us, regardless of what we're working on, we always change ends. if we're working on defense in a half court, made or miss, we change ends of the floor and we work defensive transition coming back, okay? And so we're getting, if our emphasis is defense with the white team, which is our first group, if we're doing half court defense, we get transition and then we also work on defensive transition coming back once. If the offense is the emphasis, sometimes we just go once and then we'll stop at that point. All right, give me three guys on the red shirt across. One guy at the foul line, one guy foul line extended, one guy facing this way. Everybody else down on the baseline. Okay, give me 3 white shirts facing them. Okay, all right, you got it, Dee? Okay, 3 white shirts facing them. Cavante, I know you did a great job stealing that ball, so go get that one for me. On the baseline there, Stanley. All right, now this is 3-on-2 transition defensive drill. You may have one that's even better than this. All right, these 3 guys are sprinting back on defense. These 3 guys are going on offense. The only thing is I'm going to say, if I say Dee-Dee's got to run and sprint and touch the baseline, and then he's getting back. All right? So what we would do, instead of making these guys go all the way down there, if I were to say Dee-Dee, you don't have to go now, just move that direction. All right, Cavante and Travis, you guys know you're back. Let's pretend, we can do it right here, you don't need to go all the way down. Let's pretend the basket's right here. I'm just doing it because the guys don't have to run all the way down. So Cavante and Travis, one of you saying, I got the hole, and the other saying, I got the ball. Again, 1966, my high school coach taught me to get into tandem, and we still do it. All right, so one guy gets the goal, one guy gets the ball. All right, Dee-Dee, you've got to touch the line, and then you're sprinting back. I'm going to throw it to Cornell. All right, I'm going to throw it to Cornell, and they're going down 3-on-2, okay? All right, get back in line. And I will do the first one just like I said. I'm going to call Dee-Dee's name, okay? All right, and you guys are going down trying to score on the other end. 3-on-2. Dee-Dee, all right, go, 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 go. Good, good, good. Box. Good. Hold it. Stay right there. I'd say the defense is all right. 3-on-2, they gave up an 18-foot shot. All right, now, Cavante, come here at the top. You said you got the ball. Travis, you said you got the goal. All right. Cornell, you come here in the middle. Stanley, go outside. Devin, go outside. All right, Dee-Dee, you're behind. We teach these guys down here. The guy that says, I've got the ball's got to get the ball. The first pass went to Stanley. Travis has got to get that. Cavante's got to get back opposite. As Dee-Dee's running in, all right, you're screaming, you're yelling, you get so-and-so, I'll get so-and-so, you're talking to Cavante. You might take him, okay? If you had been on that side, you run down, you may take the guy, but you got to get to the middle of the court first, okay? All right, let's go back. Same guys on offense, same guys on defense. All right, I'm going to throw it. I'm going to call either Travis or Will or Dee-Dee's name. If I call your name, you go touch. Travis, Travis, Travis. Good, good. First pass, Dee-Dee, back, Kyle. Good, good, good. Everybody's got a man? Good, good. Good, good. Time. Good. All right, now then, what did Cavante do poorly? Close out, okay? All right, so close out, under control, expecting a drive, and then if he shoots, get a hand up. A close out, expecting a drive. And if a guy beats you, don't reach around behind. Because at our level, that never gets it. It just makes the fans feel like you're hustling your butt off, okay? All right, now you guys stay down. Let's see. All right, we're going to go 4 this time. Give me 4 guys. You guys come in. 2 of you up here and 2 of you down there, and you guys fill in. All right, up here, Will. I need a red shirt up here. 2 more red shirts up here. All right, all right, Stanley's going to go. All right, we're good. All right, Cornell, you drop out. Kyle, have you been yet? All right, now then it's 4. It's the same kind of thing. I'm going to call out somebody's name, they go touch, and now you're going 4-on-3. And the same thing, the guy who's trailing, he's screaming out, get 22, I got 12. He's screaming it out, okay? All right, Will. Good, good, good. That's not bad. All right, and Will, as he's coming out, as you're coming down, you're seeing this, you're probably going to end up going weak side, okay? And then you went to weak side like that, and then you didn't see the guy, and he cut right top of the key. Always try to find him. All right, now let's go back and do it one more time, and then we'll be done working you guys. Somebody bring you Krispy Kreme donuts this morning. If I knew where it was, I'd have brought some. Okay? All right. Corey. Good. Attaboy. That's good defense. All right, give these guys a hand. That was good. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Bad turnover, huh? Nice job, son. If you guys hang around, I want to say something to you guys at the end, too. Thank you guys very much. All right, so what we tried to do there is those are all the drills not all, but those are the drills that we use more than anything else trying to build our defense. So we're talking guarding the basketball, you got to keep them in front of you. On the sideline, we want to keep the ball from allowing an easy dribble to the middle. Along with, we don't like an easy dribble to the middle, is we really emphasize denying the pass to the top of the key. We do not want an easy change of sides. Every day in practice, we put an offensive emphasis up and a defensive emphasis up. And if the players fail to do that, then we just stop and those 5 guys run a half court and back. Very simple 5-second half court back. Once we get into the season, I may put up as a defensive emphasis, no major sins. And no major sins are things that are really, really big. Okay, so it may not, one day the defensive emphasis may be retreat in the direction of the pass. All right, another it may be hand up on shot. Another it may be, whatever we want it to be. Okay, do not allow an easy change of sides. But if we say no major sins, we've got 5 or 6 of them. No major sins, one is a box out. You've got to box out. That's a major sin. Later in the season, once we start that's an emphasis every day. And if we're doing it poorly, which we did a lot this year, then instead of just running half court and back for a failure to do that, we'll run a 33, which is 6 crossings. So failing to box out. Number 2, failing to get a hand up on shot. I tell everybody, I did this when I was 100 years ago when I was an assistant. I helped recruit and coach Michael Jordan. I went out one day and he shot 20 and then he shot another 20 with me getting a hand up. Guess what? He didn't make as many with my hand up as he did. Now he's talking to me the whole time, okay, because the only thing Michael did better than play was talk, okay? It's like let me borrow your face and all that BS that he's telling me every time I get my hand up, but he didn't make as many, all right? So failure to get a hand up on a shot. At our level, going here and doing this, that doesn't mean one blessed thing, all right? So we got to get a hand up on shot. Inside shots, we wall, coach. We get our hands back, okay? But you got to get a hand up on shot. That's a major sin for us. Trailing a guy in low is a major sin because what happens when if you trail the guy in low, they throw in the ball, he lays it up, okay? A major sin for us is allowing an easy change of sides, all right? Because again, I want the ball in the middle of the court so I can go either direction. So what do we want to do defensively? Is we want to keep it out of the middle, okay? So how many was that, 4? Oh, allowing an easy straight drive to the basket. Now, you got to have a little judgment there with easy, okay? Tyus Jones is really hard to stay in front, but if you make no effort to stay in front or like Cavante did and reach around behind, that's allowing an easy straight drive to the basket. So if we have those, and we talk to the kids all the time about those are major sins. One thing, let me see, it's the first time I've ever written down something I do at a clinic because I wanted to make sure that, because again on the brochure it said I was doing something differently. All right, one thing I didn't talk about is what we do about guarding a post player. We like to completely front the low post. Guys behind me, I'm here, I've got a hand up, the other hand down with my elbow feeling where the offensive player is. Okay, that's a full front position. If I can get him a complete, give me Cornell and, Corey. If Cornell lines up, he gets right here on the block. Okay, Cornell, you come right here. This is my defensive position. I want to be completely in front of him, okay? All right, now, so Corey gets completely in front. Now, in the struggle, in the battle, all right, Cornell gets a complete yard out off the block, All right, so for us, if you get him a complete yard off the block, we just have a hand in front, okay? All right, so come on out here, Corey. All right, so Corey's got to get a hand in front. That's all he has to do, a little bit farther out. Right there, we might still be fronted. Come on. All right, so for us, we want a full front if he's low. With his feet in their lane, we got to have a full front. If you get him a yard off the block, we want one arm around in front. All right, give me Cavante and Devin. That's good. Bring a ball, Cavante, please. All right, Corey's on defense, so Cavante's on defense. Devin's on offense. All right, now let's say he's low. All right, so you got caught behind. You screwed up or he did a great job. Go ahead and get behind. All right. Cornell did a great job or Corey fell or whatever right here. So on the pass in, right here, good. All right, now we go, our standard defense here for Cavante is go halfway. So he does what? He retreats into the direction of the pass, okay? Now then, if the post player is a good post player, we will double on first movement, first aggressive movement, okay? If he's just standing there looking around, we're not going to double. If he starts taking a dribble or looking like he's going to the basket, then we would have Cavante go down and double. If Cavante goes down and double, anybody in this area of the court, defensively, if Cavante, let's say you go down, then this guy's got to rotate over and play. We double from the top. Tony Bennett and I talked last night. Tony, Virginia team, they double big on big. You've got to make a decision if you want to double the guy. Most of the time, we don't double. And I say most of the time. In 2009, Ty Lawson, Wayne Ellington, Tyler Hansbrough, Danny Green, those four guys still playing in the NBA. I preached and preached and preached defense all year long. And you know what they did? They just sort of looked at me and smiled. They said, we'll outscore them. Now, they didn't say that, but that's what the crap they were saying. You know, they didn't really buy in. They said, we'll outscore them, and we did, okay? But the week before the NCAA tournament started, I said, we want to win a national championship. Tyler Hansbrough, that's the reason you came back. Ty Lawson and Wayne Ellington, Danny Green tested the waters, and they came back. I said, I've never seen a team win a national championship that wasn't really good defensively. Never. And all of a sudden, my guys looked and thought, wow, oh my God, those last 6 games in the tournament, we had 3 games in the NCAA tournament where the other team shot less than 30% for a half. We were sensational defensively those 6 games, okay? So we're getting ready to play Oklahoma with Blake Griffin. And we had 1 day to practice between Gonzaga and Oklahoma. And most of the times when I would try to change a little bit what we'd do defensively, those guys would act like I was talking a foreign language. Like, look like that, and we would suck at it. But all of a sudden, it meant a heck of a lot more to them. We had 1 day to practice. Throw the ball back out here to Devin. So what we said was, as soon as the ball leaves his hands, going into the post, go double. Immediately, don't wait on Blake to look, do anything, rotate over. Not that you should remember the game. Oklahoma had 3 shot clock violations in the first half. And that's all we did, is we went immediately on the release of the pass. We didn't wait on the catch. We definitely didn't wait on the catch and the aggressive move. We went immediately on the release of the pass. And went down there and they rotated over 3 shot clock violations in the first half. But our standard way is we go halfway and wait until aggressive move, unless the guy's not any good. And then there's 2 trains of thought. Eddie Fogler, who was a great coach, coached at South Carolina, was an assistant with me at North Carolina. Eddie likes to double. I said, hey, what if a guy's not any good? He said, that's pretty good. Go double a bad player, he'll throw it away. And I said, yeah, but if he does happen to throw it and his team catches it, and then they got better players, 4 better players against 3 of your guys. So you have to make a decision what you want to do, kind of thing. You know, when we had John Henson and Tyler Zeller, they were 2 really good defensive post players and could block a lot of shots. We didn't double anybody all year long. I didn't care who we played. Now, we didn't play the NBA teams and Tim Duncan or anybody like that, but there was nobody in college we didn't double all year. Virginia is really good defensively, and they don't care what quality of the big man. They double big to big all the time, and they're really good at it. And the more they work on it, the better they're going to be than we are for 1 day, okay? All right, guys, thank you again very much. All right, I think we've probably got a few minutes to see if I've confused anybody or, because in the game of coaching, you got to change. You want me to tell you one funny story? I don't want you to write on all my jokes because I'm not very good at telling jokes. I talked about when I first got to Owen High School, they told me I was going to coach football. I stopped playing football when it was grab everybody's rear end on the pasture in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, okay? But they said, you got to coach football. I said, I don't know anything about football. And they said, we need you to coach football. Have I got 5 minutes, Eddie? Eddie, have I got 5 minutes? Okay. And they said, we need you to coach football. And the head coach said, I've watched you work in the gym with those guys, you'll be great. And he said, you're going to coach the backs on the freshman team. And in North Carolina at that time, football practice started August 1st. The freshmen didn't start until school started, which was Labor Day, Tuesday after Labor Day. He said, so we'll be practicing a whole month. Ralph coaches the backs on the varsity, you stick with Ralph. I've watched you in the gym with your kids, you'll be great. You'll learn everything you need from Ralph in these 4 weeks. We had football camp where we brought the mattress in, we spent the night in the gym and all that stuff, okay? So the first day of practice, it just happened to be my first day back from my honeymoon. I got married before I started. My wife's been mad at me ever since, all right? So the first day I get back, and I told Ralph, I'd been out there with him a couple times, Ralph, I don't know anything. Understand, I don't know anything. And Ralph says, okay, just follow what I do. And I said, okay. So the first practice, everybody lines up and they're going to do the calisthenics, hits themselves in the head. And, I looked just as good as anybody else. I was just walking around, hey, that's good. You just knocked the hell out of yourself. That kind of stuff. So I was okay. And then the head coach said, okay, backs over here, linemen over here. Now these are the varsity guys, and these are football players, the first time they've ever seen me. And so the backs go over to one side, and Ralph says, okay, you, and you, and you. And I don't know if he didn't know their names. That's the reason I try to remember guys' names or what. But he says, you guys go over to Coach Williams and you start on the monkey roll. How many of you guys don't know what the monkey roll is? You're lying. There's a lot of you don't know what the monkey roll is. I had no freaking clue. So these 6 guys, they go stand over there and they're looking at me like, okay, coach. I have no freaking idea what they're going to do. And so in coaching, you got to adjust. So what I did is I got my feet spread about shoulder width apart. I got the weight evenly distributed on the balls of my feet because I didn't know what they were going to do, but I knew I was going to move if I had to move. I said, who wants to go first? Now that should have told them something because I said, who wants to go first? 3 guys stepped up. So I knew whatever the monkey roll was, it took 3 guys to do, okay? And in football, you don't say go, you say hut. Well, I didn't know that either, okay? So I figured, all right, let's just see what happens next. I said, all right, go. All right, and some of you take this. I've taught you one thing today. The monkey roll is where one guy dives on the ground and he rolls over, and the other guy dives over him and he rolls over. And then the third guy dives on him and he rolls over. And by now the first guy's gotten up and he dives over and rolls over. And then the next guy's gotten up. And it was great because it taught those guys one thing. I didn't know how the hell to stop them. So those guys are doing that, and at the end, they're all 3 laying on the ground and they're crawling over everybody. But they went and told the basketball players that I was crazy, okay? And so you guys better do what he says and that kind of thing. But so Ralph realized what was going on. He called us back over there. So in coaching, that's what you have to do, because I had no idea, but you have to make some adjustments. And if there's something that I gave you this morning that you like, keep it. If it's not anything, you listen a little bit, you listen to somebody else's philosophy. But you've heard some good coaches here. And if you take 1 or 2 things back from those coaches, it can be something that can help your team. Gosh darn it. I'm going to take 2 more minutes. Give me 2 guys. Corey and Stanley, you guys, and bring a basketball. Bring 1 ball. This is really good. I got this too. All right, let me have the ball right here. Everybody else, come and get in line right here. Corey, you get over there. Stanley, you get over here. I like this. We did this at the end of this season. 2-man closeout. 2-man closeout. Everybody get in line. All right. Travis right here. All right, Kyle right there. Everybody else in 1 line behind Cornell. Okay? All right, now then, it's 2-man closeout. You're running the guy off. He cannot get a three-point shot. He cannot get a three-point shot. If you let him shoot a three-point shot, you're in trouble. If you let him shoot the ball from three-point line, you're in trouble. So what the coach does, I've got the ball right here. All right? I throw it to him, close out hard. Don't let him shoot the three-point shot. All right? Throw it there. All right, time. Kyle, retreat in the direction of the pass. Cornell's ready. All right, throw it back here. Cornell, that's yours now. Kyle, you get out. Kyle, you get out. All right, Travis, retreat in the direction of the pass. All right, Cavante, you got to come right up here because you got to make sure that he doesn't get the three-point shot. All right, we'll walk through it the first time. Start where you were originally. All right, I'm right here. All right, Kyle and Travis, you've got to close out hard. He cannot shoot the ball. So he can't get it. Good. All right, slow down, slow down, slow down. Now then, on the pass over here, retreat. He can't get a three-point shot. Now, get off, Kyle. Ready? Throw it over here, Stanley. Got to get out, get out, Cornell. He can't take. Throw it over, get off, Travis. Come on, Cavante, you got to get out. All right, you're ready, Will. Get off, Cornell. So you retreat in the direction of the pass, and as soon as you retreat in the direction of the pass, you're getting off the court. All right, we're going to see how fast we can do this. All right, everybody get back to where you start. If you can get a shot, shoot it, and then I'll just kill the guy right there. If you don't like him, shoot it. All right, be ready. They cannot get a shot. You've got to run him off the line. Get up, get up. All right, come on, get up. Come on, Cornell, come on, Cornell, come on, Cavante. Oh, all right, you can't get a shot. All right, good. All right, stay right where you were. Cavante's right here, Cornell's right here. All right, you want to go either way. And the next guy's got to be ready, All right, get out there, Cavante. Don't let him shoot there. Get up there, come on, Will, come on. Be ready, Devin. Get up, Devin, get up. Come on, be ready, Dee Dee. Get up. Good, come on, Matt, get up. All right, guys, when coach says you can't give him that shot, you got to run him off the line. You can't do this. How'd I look, Mom? Get your out there. He can't get that shot, okay? I forgot to tell you that, but I love that one. And you know what it does? They can go through 3 or 4 times in a minute and a half. Okay, guys, good. Give these guys a hand again last time. Did anybody have one question? I think Eddie will be all right if I answer. Yes, Coach. How do you take care of team chemistry when one of your best players is in a shooting slump? That's really hard, because what does everybody do? They depend on him to make shots. So whatever, I've had some guys that really their only value was a shooter, and one guy was a three-point shooter. Terry Brown, when I coached at Kansas, best three-point shooter I ever coached. He made 11 in one game by himself, okay? When he's not making shots, I'd take him out, because he couldn't do anything else. Terry, we were better off just leaving him on the offensive end and go down and playing 4 against their 5 defensively, okay? But the chemistry of it, everybody's got to know. I'm not a guy that sets my players down and says, Ed, your role is this, and Roy, your role is this, okay, and Alan, your role is that. I've never done that. I want them to find out what their role is during the course of the team play. But if one guy's a shooter, Marcus Page, if Marcus Page is not making shots, it's harder for everybody else. All right, so what we do with Marcus, say, okay, you're not making shots, by golly, you better play your best defense you've ever played. You better not turn it over. You do this. And so I'm assigning him some responsibilities. He still has to be important to the team. Now, the other guys, they do feed off Marcus making shots. There's no question about that. But for me, I like a well-balanced offense where 5 guys getting double figures because I think that's harder to guard. But that's if he's only a shooter, if that's all he is. I had a guy one time, he's 0 for 6 in the first half. I was coaching in high school. He missed his first shot of the second half, and he came running by the bench and says, Coach, I know I'm going to start making them. And I said, Kenny, I do too, but is it going to be tonight? So you got to decide, is he going to make them tonight or not? If he's not going to make them tonight, get him out and go ahead and play with the rest of them. If you want to come watch practice, our practice are always open to coaches. Just call us so we can tell you what time, because we change our practice time. Hopefully you got one thing today that might be able to help you. Thank you very much.
I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it'll help you and your team be better this coming season. If you want any more information, whether it be DVDs or where our clinics are this coming year, please go to basketballcoach.com and hope you have a successful season.